Previously on Vagabonds. And you do all owe me for those various times I've bailed you out.
I don't know
Pixel observes.
what you're referring to, Pixel. There was nothing that ever happened that required you to bail us out.
Do I see any dead people?
Is there a door I can kick open?
That's like your signature move for every single character.
In any role-playing game, that's my thing. I kick doors open.
You messed with the wrong cat, Mom.
Constance, Blair has a message for you. He would like to say that he'll always cherish the night you had together. And he can't wait to see you again. Blair says that you're using the wrong wrench. Blair says he's gonna miss you. Blair says that your insides are the wrong color of purple.
Jane, get your fucking crazy bitch ass over here and we gotta chase these guys. Also, I apologize for calling you a crazy fucking bitch or whatever. I'm very uncomfortable right now. We got shit to do.
Which one of you threatened my cat?
So you are now unconscious.
Am I? Oh, Jesus.
Alright, I take that back. I want all of you.
So yeah, you now have 3 unconscious pirates.
And an unconscious bow.
Welcome back to The Role Less Taken. I am your MC once again. My name is Graham, and I am here with my pals. Care to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Mike. I play Bo, and I got knocked the fuck out last episode.
I'm Megan, and I play Io, and I was not upset that Bo was knocked out last time.
I'm Curry, and I play Jane, and I do not talk to dead people.
So yeah, you just beat up some pirates last time we spoke.
I mean,
Yeah.
Some of us did.
Some of us took a nap.
I'm really surprised that worked out, though.
You were pretty lucky. So now we are, let's see. So in the meantime, between last session and this session, you guys, Bo and Io were in the med bay. You guys were getting fixed up. Jane was sort of reluctantly with the hostages, kind of helping them talk about their dead friend.
I was asking them if they wanted to communicate with their dead friend, because it's...
She was giving them closure.
Whether or not they took me up on my offer is another story.
They did. They found it like a mostly comforting gesture. Dr. Parsnip was watching one of the 3 pirates that you guys apprehended, and the other 2 are in your makeshift brig in the cargo hold. Mm-hmm. So Pixel has contacted the Jovian authorities, because you kind of entered into Jovian space while you were chasing them down, and they are coming to meet you guys and take the prisoner.
That's good, because I was wondering how we were going to continue on our mission with like 5 extra people on our ship. It's like, hey guys, listen, you stay here. We're going to go do whatever we're treasure hunting? I don't even remember.
Well, fortunately, you guys have figured it out, and the Jovian police cruiser is kind of on its way to meet you guys and dispense your reward.
Oh boy.
Of 3,000 credits.
Yep.
Yeah, and you guys are back on your feet and ready to cruise along.
So all of our strikes are gone? Okay.
Yes. All right, so after dealing with the Jovian police, what are you guys up to now?
How long has it been since our skirmish?
It's been a couple hours. You're back on your feet. You're conscious again, Bo.
Okay.
Have we fixed our trajectory on S2010 J12 again?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are now cruising off towards... I know those are...
Nailed it.
I wrote that.
You're now cruising off towards the moon, the tiny Jovian moon. So you'll be there in a good few hours.
Bo is sitting in the mess hall, and I don't know if anyone else is with him or not, but he'd like to have a conversation with Io, if possible.
Are you saying that you would like me to come to the mess hall?
It doesn't matter if you want to.
I mean, maybe you can radio IO on the
You're
on
your
the
own
comm
person.
link, but so IO wanders into the mess hall looking for Dr. Parsnip.
Okay.
Okay.
Jane, where are you at? Are you there, or are you off doing your own thing?
I'm off. I think after we get rid of the prisoners, I'm off. And everybody's. I'm off doing my own thing. I'm probably like in my room, like with the safe open, just like staring at my teddy bear.
Okay, that's not weird. Okay, so yeah, you walk into the mess hall, Io, and you're probably not looking for Bo.
No, absolutely
but
not.
I'm like, hey, listen, I gotta ask you a question. If you're okay with that.
I mean, I can't really stop you.
That's true. Did I get knocked out by a brick falling on my fucking head?
It was all kind of a blur. I saw you hit the deck. I think you tripped a wire to some kind of trap. I don't know.
So, I got knocked out by
Yeah.
falling into, like, the literal oldest trick in the book. I
Correct.
opened the door and something fell on my head.
Yes.
This story cannot be told to anybody except the people on this ship.
I mean, I can keep it a secret until we...
I'm like in my bunk writing a press briefing. Not really.
I suppose I can keep it a secret.
Okay, I mean, I'd appreciate it if, I don't really want word getting out about this.
What is it worth to you?
Dear diary.
My dignity?
Today.
That's not worth anything to me, though.
Okay, I'm gonna ask another question then. What happened after I got knocked out?
We just took out the rest of the bad guys. You know, the pirates. They're just rootin', tootin', shootin'.
Okay, what... I gotta ask, what did our crazy friend do?
Oh, she lost it. Yeah, she went in there, like, shouting, and she did that other personality thing, which is really disturbing, and that laugh, and she really freaked them out, caught them all off guard. She can do a lot with a mug.
I saw that part. I was there for that part.
Oh, no, this was a different mug.
There was a different mug.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad I missed this.
Yeah. She mugged them with a mug.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty goddamn literal.
Right?
Yeah. Well,
I'm in my bunk just like, achoo! Hashtag anime trope.
And then, I mean, from there, we just, bound them and dragged them back to the ship.
I feel a little, guilty that I was being dragged on my goddamn face back into the ship while this was going
I
on.
mean, Bo, we can't all be as incredible as moi, but,
Yeah,
I mean, I make do with what I have.
I guess I'll make up for it on the next trip.
That's all I ask.
Wherever we're going, S220. Those aren't even numbers. I don't know what I'm saying. I think I got a concussion. How big are my pupils right now?
Don't worry about it. I mean, maybe you just need to take a nap. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. I gotta go take a nap.
All right, you rest. Don't worry about too much what happened on that ship. All you need to worry about is the 3,000 credits that we got.
I do like the sound of that. Yeah, and Bo's gonna get up and go take a nice lie down because his mouth stopped working while he was trying to speak there.
Do you smell toast?
So as you come into the moon's orbit, Pixel does a quick scan and gives you guys the heads up on what they found. It is a very small moon. There is only one visible structure sort of on the surface of the moon. It does not appear to have ever been terraformed or anything. There are faint signs of life, but they kind of fell within the margins of error of the scanning equipment.
So,
And as you
does that mean just like little animals and stuff like that? Like nothing of note?
Yeah, nothing Like, it's possible, like, it could be a false positive or a false negative kind
Okay.
of thing, too. Like, it's your equipment is not perfect.
Gotcha.
It was never terraformed?
It was never fully terraformed, no.
Then it would have no atmosphere.
No, but the building, the signs of life are coming from inside the building,
Okay.
which is it's like a modular construction. It's kind of set up like a there's like a bubble.
Space
over it that you
dome.
can- It's a space dome that you guys can fly into.
Okay, so I would probably... So as we approach, since Jane got the communication, and Jane has booked this passage, Jane would go to the cockpit and, like, punch in all that information.
Okay. So as you approach, you see the building. It's a modular building. It's sort of U-shaped. There's sort of a long hallway, and then there are 3 room units attached to the back and 2 to the front, and the entrance is kind of in the middle of the U. Yeah, and you kind of park the Vagabond like right sort of outside, just outside the building, and you're in the space dome.
Space
So there is
dome.
atmosphere in the space dome.
Bo's still in bed, so actually he like picks up his comm from like his nightstand table, and he flicks it on. And he's like, "Hey, did we just land?"
There's a strong possibility we did.
Okay, that's fine. Do I have to do anything? What? Hey, Jane, did you just need us to like drop you off? I mean, I'm kind of laying here in my underwear. That might be TMI, but just you know, are we just dropping you off, or do you need assistance?
Well, this is an uninhabited planet, so if y'all could hang here at the very least while I go get my shit.
Well, if it's uninhabited, what issues do you foresee yourself running into?
Well, if it's uninhabited and you just drop me off and leave, I am stuck here.
That's a fine point. Listen, I might have a concussion. I'm just gonna keep milking that for a while, but yeah, you let Mooney know if you need anything.
Do not let me know if you need anything.
Jane, you shared the details of the mission with them, or were you keeping it mostly to yourself?
I think I would have told them. They know I'm a treasure hunter.
Okay, because one of the other parts of it is that if you can find a couple of other things, you will get a bonus.
Yeah, so he said that he wanted all the, I assume, information they have related to a specimen, and then also any biological samples I discover or reports I uncover. I don't know what additional reports this could be referring to, other than like I assume they had one main specimen. So I am gonna like, I don't know, do we have like a bucket or something? I've grabbed the space equivalent of a thumb drive, and I get a bucket from the mess hall. And I head into the facility.
Jane would know from, doing this sort of thing that often these things are self-contained or, in some sort of hard copy in the case of the reports. You probably don't need your space bucket, but you are welcome to bring it with you.
He wanted biological samples.
It's for those other samples.
Space bucket.
I do like space buckets, so bring it with you.
What if it's slimy? What if it's, like, gross?
Hey, that's entirely fair.
What if it's a slug? Space slug. Space bucket.
Okay, so Jane is going... You're going to just approach the thing?
Yep. Actually, wait.
I'm waiting.
Let me look at something.
Waiting.
What is the...
Average rainfall in the Amazon basement.
100 meters. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to stand just outside the door before I go in, and I'm going to unclip a little fucking... I guess not unclip, because I'm not wearing a belt. I'm going to pull a thing out of my pocket, and it's my Nurgle entropy detector.
Nurgle?
Nurgle. And I'm going to use my Nurgle to see if there are any corpses within 100 meters.
What?
All right.
I rolled this character. I didn't pick this character. I just want to keep as we go down the rabbit hole that is my character, I want to remind you that it was random.
But you got to choose from the randomness.
Yeah.
I sure did, and I chose, like, it could have been worse, is what I'm saying.
It could have been a little more disjointed.
Yes, so I use detect corpses. Do I detect any
Okay.
corpses?
You cast the spell.
Detect corpse.
You can detect that there are a couple of corpses buried somewhere near, somewhere sort of behind the building. I think it could probably pick up that, like, there is evidence of at least one sort of cremated body.
Outside the facility or in the facility?
These are all outside the facility.
So I'm not detecting any decomposing bodies within the facility.
Nope.
Ugh, so much for the biological samples. Alright.
You can
I
probably get
enter.
things that are alive.
Well, it only really looks for human bodies, doesn't it?
No, my dude. It's corpses. It looks for... I'll read you the description. This expensive experimental device detects the rhythm of decaying energy given off by once living bodies. Roughly hand-sized, the Nurgle can detect corpses up to 100 meters away and through surfaces up to 6 meters thick. Additionally, it can determine the relative age and state of decay of any such detected corpses.
So yeah, it does also detect a partial expired life form, which appears to be in stasis inside one of the rooms, sort of the one in the back.
Groovy. I open the door.
All right, so you're inside the sort of main hallway.
Do the lights work? Click, 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 click.
The lights do work. As you, like, it's kind of a mess in here. It definitely doesn't look like it's been cleaned in a while, and there's a bunch of stuff all over the floor, so it definitely is looking abandoned. As you look towards the lab that you got the ping on, you actually see something has been, like, written in graffiti kind of over, or, like, around the door.
Don't
Space
dead
graffiti.
open inside.
What does the graffiti say?
There's two messages that sort of are written in a couple of different times over. One of them says, "Warning, keep away," in sort of official looking tone, and then somebody else came along and wrote, "Danger, black limbs."
Are you guys just gonna sit on the ship the whole time, just like bored?
Well,
Hey,
see.
I asked you if you needed me, and you said no, so I'm just hanging out.
I just said don't leave. How about so it says those scary things, right?
Yes.
So I click on the comms and I'm like, "Hey guys, looks like the place is totally abandoned. If you just want to like check it out, if you're bored, it's all cool. Anyway, bye." And I
Can we?
click
Okay, here's a nitpicky question. So can we like use our personal comms? Like if I wanted to just talk to Io and cut out Jane, can I?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll click on the comm to Io and be like, "This could be a good opportunity to go looting."
I mean, I think this is it on this planet, but I guess I don't see why not.
Would there be any repercussions if we, just kind of took things?
I mean, if there's no one here to claim that they belong to them, I can't see it being an issue.
She said abandoned, right?
I'm like, click, guys, this is so exciting. It's such a historically significant site. Click.
Oh my god, that sounds boring, but also lucrative.
All right, let me put on some pants. Jesus.
Thank you. Please do that now.
Alright, so the warning is over the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bo's gonna start getting ready to head out.
So this is also, like, you've noticed that the sign, like the official sign next to the door, says Alpha Lab, and there is a door right behind you that that says Beta Lab.
Does it look like a hazmat situation? Do I look like I'm about to walk into a contagion of some sort?
Is she going to get space cancer?
Can I get space cancer?
Oh no.
There are signs that indicate you should be wearing like a hazmat suit if you go in.
All right.
And there is like a station you can see through like a view port. There is like a station for hazmat suits.
Are there any hazmat suits in there?
Yeah.
Can I put one on?
You
Shake
can.
it out first. Put it on.
Good call. Yeah.
Space dust. Psh.
Yes, you can do that.
All right, I don the hazmat suit.
Can I walk in, like, as she's putting the suit on?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, what?
Hey!
Hey, how you doing? What
How you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go get me some, I don't know, some kind of historical something or other.
You sound.
He didn't say what it was,
Yeah,
but it's behind that door.
You sound like you know what you're doing, so I'm just gonna leave you to it.
I got this bucket. It's gonna be great. So I go over and I just walk in the door.
Hey, Bo, do you think we need one of those suits?
I ain't going in there. You kidding me?
All right, as long as we're on the same page.
I mean, I'll watch. Something exciting's gonna happen, most likely.
All right.
Jane has gone in, and the other two are watching through the like view screen or like the little view window.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I click. Hey guys, I'm gonna leave the comms open just in case anything happens.
I think you got a nervous tick or something. Are you okay?
What are you talking about? I got something in my throat though. All right, what do I see?
Inside, you see a pretty standard lab that you've kind of seen that layout before. And then kind of in the center of the room, there is a stasis container that contains just this weird, like, lump of purplish matter, biological matter.
It's going in the bucket.
It is, the stasis chamber is slightly larger than your bucket. But it is detachable, and it has, like, a little, backup battery that'll last for at least a little while.
Great. So I'm gonna get that second. Is there like computer equipment around that I can, or filing cabinets?
There are computers around in sort of the corners of the room.
Do they boot up when I try to boot them up?
Yes.
Boot.
That's the sound. It goes boot when you hit the power button.
We've evolved so far in the future.
I mean, these computers are not that old. They're,
Are they still running Windows?
They're just a few model years.
No.
They're running Windows 13.
XP.
Oddly enough, they've circled back around to Windows 98.
They realized that Windows 98 was the superior operating system and just started there again. No, it's as modern a computer as you can probably find. It is within a few years of
it's the Millennium
of
Edition.
your current. Yeah, exactly. The new Millennium Edition. And, as you're poking through, Jane, you mostly find some report, about the basic makeup of this. It indicates it was taken during the Wanderer incident, and it is, the, source has been sort of redacted.
Do the records describe the Wanderer incident? Do I find a log or something of events that occurred?
The Wanderer incident is sort of common knowledge to you guys. This was 30 or 40 years ago, so the sample has been kind of floating around and finally was being studied, is what you kind of glean from this report. But 30 or 40 years ago, a non-human alien spaceship just kind of appeared, sort of orbiting Ganymede. There were no communications, no nothing. It just appeared. It was there for, a few days, and then it vanished again.
Why is this moon abandoned?
I was going to say, while you're looking, you do find a video file from one of the experiments.
Okay, so the Wanderer incident is not why this lab was abandoned.
No.
You don't know that.
Do people know why the lab was abandoned? Is that the mystery?
From what what you've heard and the little bit of research that you could do on it, it seems like Ganymede University set this up and then just never spoke about it again.
Okay. So, I watched the video. Hey, you guys want to watch some TV?
I can't see the screen. It's too far away.
Yeah, put on a little white sock suit.
No.
Come on in. We'll watch the TV. All right, I'll do it myself.
You can just give us a recap.
Can't you put it on the security camera? You know how to do that shit, right?
Play.
The video starts with, it's basically looking at a lab rat in a cage. It is a space rat, so it's a little bit larger than your average rat. At first, you hear a researcher just kind of making notes about, which attempt, like, the experiment, kind of describing that they're going to attempt to implant some DNA from the sample into the rat. And then you hear a voice kind of comes in from off camera yelling about how this is unethical and
unethical,
this is
you mean?
Bad science. Unethical, yes.
Sorry.
Yelling that it's bad science, it's flawed data, it's unethical. After a few minutes, that voice gets kind of pushed and you hear the door close. And then after a few minutes, it sort of time lapses a little bit and the rat just kind of stops moving and then dies. And it just darkens. It becomes like this black shape. And then it starts to grow a little bit, which is weird. It becomes much larger than the original rat, and something seems to sort of appear. This like black limb appears from inside the rat and just kind of claws its way out and then kind of breaks out of the enclosure. And then the video just cuts.
Graham, I was kidding when I said you were taking us into Dead Space territory, but now I'm really excited.
Are there any, like, trails of, like, black across the floor?
You look around, there are definitely some signs of, like, a scuffle. Now that you're, like, sort of putting together, it's not just that this was abandoned, like, it looks like there was a scuffle of some sort. You don't see any, like, trails leaving the room.
Click. Hey, Jane, what was on
the...
What are you looking at? What's on the tape?
You're not sitting next to any, like, toilets or vents, are you?
I'm in a hallway, so a toilet would be weird, but yes, there are a couple vents.
Alright, just make sure nothing, like, I don't know, do you see any, like, black trails around?
That's a really weird statement that I'm gonna need you to clarify.
Keep your peepers peeled for, like a slug thing.
Okay.
I made a joke about slugs, but listen. There's some kind of, like, slug arm walking around.
Slugs,
maybe.
Jane, slugs do not have arms.
Oh, I hope you don't find out. So, I don't have anything that can tell me if there's anything alive. I only have a thing that can tell me if there's anything dead.
All of the dead things.
Do I see the rat anywhere?
No, the cage... There you just see some, like, shattered pieces of the cage, though, and it is empty.
And I see no human corpses.
Nope.
So somebody buried those corpses.
Actually, I was going to say, at this point...
Come on, space zombies.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Bo and Io, at this point, you hear somebody, like, a normal human voice, just shout, "Wait, what? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?" And you see this guy come out in this, like... It was probably at one point a white lab coat, but it is not white anymore. It is kind of gross. He's got this ridiculous beard and, like, long hair. He just kind of comes running out, and he's just like, "What? Who? How did you get here?
How did
Who are you
get here? And who are you?" I don't like your tone. It sounds very accusatory.
Boy, am I glad you're taking the reins in this conversation.
You can't be here. You guys have to leave."
Why?
I'm just, like, downloading shit in the lab. I'm like, do. I got my bucket.
He has not noticed you yet. He's like, "You guys, it is not safe to be in that lab."
Well, that's why I'm not in the lab.
Yeah, that's why we're standing right outside.
Well, you have to leave. You have to get out of here.
You're not really giving us much of a reason.
I, like, unhook the biological sample. Put it carefully down. Tink.
And this is when he notices you. He goes, "No, don't let her take that.
Take what? What is it?
It'll I don't know. But I can't leave this moon.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, some researcher he is.
Hey.
So there's also. I steal like the paperweight that's like sitting on the desk.
Hey, Bo.
Yeah.
I think he's crazy.
Put it in the bucket.
Why are there so many crazy people entering our lives recently?
Why are we attracting this type of person?
So Bo walks over and like puts his arm around the scientist's shoulder, and he's like,
He like flinches like somebody who hasn't been like touched in a while. He's just like unsure what to do with this contact.
Listen, crazy, it's fine. You gotta give us something more to go off of. You're not making a lot of sense. If you could explain to us why whatever is so dangerous, maybe we'd have more reason to believe you.
Have you slept in a while? Like, has it been a long time?
I find a wheelbarrow. I put the specimen in the wheelbarrow.
There's like a dolly thing, like a.
I'm like starting to
dolly
wheel
thing.
it. I'm starting to wheel it like across the floor of the lab. Like here. This is like all. I'm picturing all of this happening like behind Bo and Io, like through a window or something. On the other side of the
basically,
room.
he sort of closes his eyes and takes a deep breath, and he goes, "I don't know if we can trust anyone with that.
Oh.
If it leaves this planet, somebody could. I don't know what.
Well, I mean,
but it would be bad.
You can trust us. We were paid to come here to get that thing."
Is he referring to Jane or the thing in the...
I think it's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Who wants it? Who told you about it?
I go back, I pick up a stack of research books. I bring them over by the door.
I'm actually like, I don't really... Hey, hang on. 2 seconds. I'll keep the man busy. And I, like, step away and I click on my comms. I'm like, Jane,
Yo.
Who are we getting this thing for?
He didn't actually sign his whole name. I just have the initials HD, but the letter was forwarded to me from my benefactor. Boy, these books are heavy. It smells like shit in here, guys.
Should the soup be blocking some of that out?
You do know that it came through like somebody who's working for the trade guild, and he did actually give you his address that you could look up.
So, what we know is that it's from someone with the initials HD from the trade guild.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll relay that information to Crazy over there.
He goes, "Oh, honestly, I don't know what they do with it.
What do you do with it?"
I think I'm protecting the world from it, the universe from it.
Just you.
Boy, that is a lofty opinion.
Nobody's come here, so I haven't really thought about it, but I just, like, I can't leave and it can't leave.
I'm like whistling Do You Believe in Magic by the Lovin' Spoonful.
Hey, Bo, what do you make of all of this?
I make that I want to get paid. I mean, I'm not convinced. Those are the words I'll use.
Yeah, I think we need more information.
You know,
I kick the door open in the background, and I come out with the wheelbarrow. Hey, guys!
hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
Jane?
I got
And
everything.
at this point,
Hey, who are you?
the guy's like, "No, you can't. What do you want with this? What are you gonna do with it?"
I don't know. My benefactor sent me here, and I'm how he gets paid, and he's how I get paid, so... Well, then, it's a symbiotic relationship, my friend.
He just...
I'm an archaeologist, really. This is just really a very boring day for me.
If this gets into the wrong hands, I don't know. Did you... And he sort of grasps onto this idea. He's like, did you see the recording?
Yeah, dead rat. Something weird squirming around, but that thing was black and this thing is purple, so...
It just...
I'm not a scientist.
If someone took that and tried that experiment again, can you imagine what would happen? He's like,
I don't even know what happened here.
it seems a little bit like he's seeing you as an equal, whereas the other two he doesn't really know how to communicate with. Just kind of from his demeanor.
Ouch.
Because she's an archaeologist and he's a researcher, mostly. Like, he feels like you guys are kind of on the same level. Once you
I
said
thought you meant, like,
archaeologist.
because he's crazy and I'm crazy. You were like,
I did not communicate that well, I acknowledge. But he goes, look, you can take... He kind of gestures towards the beta lab. He's like, take anything from there, but just leave this. It just... No. I don't want to see what would happen.
no, I thought everybody here was dead, so I'm real surprised to meet you.
They are.
Okay, how? Did you take any notes? You got anything I could read? You got some notes? You write an academic essay? Do you have internet access? How come none of this shit's out there?
Because I didn't want people to come looking for it. And that rat thing, whatever came through the rat, I guess, it killed everyone else here.
So
There were 5 of us.
while this conversation's going on, Bo's gonna nudge Io, and then like flick his head towards Beta Lab, and just like he's gonna click his comm on so he can hear the conversation between the scientist and Jane, but he's gonna head into Beta Lab and start like rooting around and looking around.
All right.
I follow suit.
And he continues to say to Jane, he's like, whatever it was, it killed them. They kicked me out because I just didn't want to do the experiment, and then I didn't know what else to do, so I shut down the dome and vented the air out of that room.
And then you stayed here, and then you didn't tell anybody about it. Let me tell you where you went wrong there, my friend. People love a mystery. Somebody was going to come sooner or later. But did you write this shit down? Because if you've got some sort of record of it, I can just take that with me and, like, leave the specimen. I don't need the extra 600 units.
We would like the extra 600 units, please.
So you think this thing is... You're not giving me any information here, guy. I need some information. You gotta give me a good reason. My benefactor is gonna be pretty ticked off if I just don't do this.
I mean, I don't know. What do you want? Do you want the bodies? Because they're buried out back, except for, well, the one that somebody tried to...
That's right. You know some dead people. Listen, I clap him on the shoulder. Is there anything you wanted to say to them? Do they have any information you need?
He's just like, I mean...
I, like, reach behind me and I'm like, fuck, I left the book on the ship. I can wing it. Is there anything you need to know?
He's like, what? I mean...
You're dead pals.
I could...
Did one of them
No.
have, like, the key to the coffee? Do you need to know where that is? Were you secretly in love with anybody? You need to get that
No,
shit off your
no.
chest? You're good? Alright, cool. Great. That'll make this a lot shorter. So anyway, I'm taking this with me.
Are you moving it?
Yeah, I pick up the wheelbarrow and I'm like, here.
As soon as you do that, he like kind of like grabs your shoulder and is like, I don't want to do anything.
Then
that
tell
I might-
me what happened. You're giving me fuck all. A little rat thing killed a whole bunch of people? I don't think so, buddy.
Into the comm.
I'm here for information.
Bo's like, hey, ask him if he needs a ride.
Yo, you need a ride? I don't know why I said it in that accent, but do you need a ride?
And he sort of like doesn't really know how to respond to this. He's like, I have to stay here and make sure nobody takes this.
You're doing a real great job so far.
At this point, he just kind of like tries to punch you.
Jane deflects.
No rolls.
Like
no
Mr.
rolls
Miyagi
even.
style.
She's like, yeah, fuck
Slap,
no,
slap.
we ain't rolling
Wow.
for this business.
Slap, slap.
I'm gonna roll and see. Oh no, he doesn't. So yeah, you just
Slap.
deflect it, and kind of like, in doing so, like knock him to the ground a little bit.
It's not nice to hit people. You're very rude.
He kind of gets back up and like just starts like following you and being like, no, you can't take this off the planet. So let's see. Checking in with Io and Bo. Do you guys want to do a investigation check?
Yeah.
That would be Gale's.
Yeah.
I got 1 Gale.
Okay. I mean, that's sufficient. You find 2, like, reports kind of written on, like, on data pads, I guess, that are, like, kind of loose. One describes an alien signal captured from the distant reaches of the Kuiper Belt, so it doesn't appear to be related to the Wanderer incident, but it's listed as unidentified message, 36 KB hubward. There are no origin coordinates, but it is kind of like that's a destination,
Okay.
like a direction. And the other one is lab financial details, including names of doctors and such.
So nothing of it is really of importance to us.
No, but somebody will take
Yeah.
it.
Io just throws the papers or whatever I'm sorry. What was I reading it on?
They were on, like,
on the
iPads,
I just
basically.
throw the tablet.
Frisbee the tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, across
She
the
throws the tablets and Bo catches them and like holds them under his arm.
Do you want to do your check?
Sure. Hey, I got a Gales. I got a Weave. All right, so 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you notice this, like, canister that seems to be, like, another project they were working on, unrelated, and it contains an algae additive that you can... The notes kind of say it was intended to, like, be added to a ship's algae dispenser to make it taste better, and that they managed to make it taste like orange sherbet.
Oh, I like open it up and I sniff and I'm like, ho, I think we hit the jackpot.
Well,
I like dip a finger in and then stick it in my mouth. I'm like, oh, actually that tastes like shit. Smells good. Maybe when I add it to something.
I mean, the notes were pretty clear.
Yeah.
Io just ignores Bo.
If that's all we find, then I guess I'll head out and see what's going on.
Is that guy
Yep.
still trying to, like, stop me?
Basically, he's trying to stand in front of the wheelie thing, and then you kind of push it into his shins, and he kind of, like, moves out of the way. So he's, like, not doing a very good job, but he's trying real hard to be, like, and pleading with you the whole time, being like, no, just don't take this
It's
off.
not trying hard
Did
enough.
Did I actually find a binder of research?
I think you recorded the video, you, like, copied down the video and, like, the notes that came with it.
Were there a lot of notes?
Yeah, there were a fair number.
Okay,
You
I'm gonna
sort of
use-
copied them onto a local data pad that you had for this.
All right, I'm gonna, like, look at him kind of exasperated and, like, put the wheelbarrow down, pick up a tablet or whatever. I have all that shit on. And I'm gonna be like, all right, hold on, Chuckles. And I'm gonna pull up all the research and I'm gonna use my signature move.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to commit it, where I can commit a particular book or piece of literature to memory. And the next time this session that I make a challenge roll that relates to the content of the literature or book, I can reroll all dice in the challenge, ignoring strikes. So I'm gonna read all the research. I'm gonna read
Okay.
everything. I'm gonna
All right.
find out what the fuck, and I'm gonna commit it to memory.
Okay. So yeah, after the notes with the rat, you see a couple of entries that this guy just kind of on his own, not in like the same... They're sort of written in a different voice than all the other bits of the research. They're basically talking about how people were killed, bodies were buried in the back, and he vented the atmosphere, which did not immediately kill the rat. It did not, or the rat creature, it didn't appear to need the oxygen, but eventually it froze to death. At which point he took it out and burned it. And he did write all this down, but you're kind of getting the impression he forgot.
Okay. He burned it, so that's what the cremated stuff I was
Yep.
picking up. Alright, I've still got my bucket. Where's the cremated remains?
They're in the back. There's sort of this like black ashy patch, which has been there for a while.
Alright, I find a trash can that can, like, the lid can double as, like, a shovel or something, and I'm like, park it, Chuckles, and I walk out and, like, scoop the ashes into the bucket, come back in, and I say, listen, let me tell you why you're a suspicious motherfucker. You're a suspicious motherfucker, because if all these people died, and you went through all this effort to kill this freaking, I don't know, slug rat monster thing, That's all? You just stayed here with the specimen and did nothing else? You didn't try to destroy the specimen? You didn't try to get rid of it forever? You didn't take it to Mount Doom and chuck it into the lava? You just fucking sat here with it, waiting for assholes like me to come along?
He did not get the Hobbit reference, for the record.
I'm an archaeologist, he's a scientist. We don't speak exactly the same language. I'm an archaeologist of dead Earth, so I get to make pop culture references that are no longer relevant.
And usually you get the same expression in response to those that this guy's giving you, of just like, almost like the puppy that hears a sound that he doesn't understand. It's just like, what?
So anyway, what I'm saying is, what's the big idea with all that? If you're so worried about somebody coming and repeating this experiment, why didn't you destroy the specimen? Why are you just here by yourself? Why didn't you call in backup? Why didn't you torch the place?
He like starts to answer, and then he doesn't know how to keep going, and then he kind of like thinks about it for a second, and he goes, I tried, but this is the only evidence we have of alien life in the universe. And like, what kind of a scientist would I be if I, even after everything that happened, let that go to waste?
Well, you don't get to have
destroyed.
It both. What's your name?
Adis. Dr. Adis Stinnett.
Adis, you don't get to have it both ways. You can't keep it for the sake of science and also make sure nobody ever sees it again. You gotta make a choice. You got a choice right now, and you gotta make it. What's it gonna be, Adis? You need a cup of coffee? We got coffee. We got whiskey. I'm paying for this ride. I'll pay for you to go where you need to go. I'm supposed to take this research. I'm also a scientist. I think knowledge is very important. You saved this for a reason. This is a persuasion. I'm making this a persuasion check.
I feel like Bo and maybe Io walked up like while Jane is ranting. He just stands there and like folds his arms, and he's like, she makes some salient points, I must say.
I'm very surprised at how with it she seems.
Yeah, she seems extremely sane right now, doesn't she?
I'm going to say that
Sane
I'm
Jane,
going to make it
that's my name.
a challenge 2, because he's a little bit nuts. But I'm going to say that because you were extra convincing, I'm convinced. So yeah, you get an extra dice for that.
So 4. What is it, Gales?
Gales, yes.
Okay, so 5.
Or sorry, Brooks, the blue ones.
Oh, Brooks. You motherfucker.
She just rolled a Gales.
I did! I only rolled 1, Brooks. For my next trick, I would like to punch him directly in the chin. And knock him out.
While he's in the middle of saying, like, again, that he can't, like, neither of these things can leave. And you do get the impression that, like, he's just convinced himself that this is the way it has to be. Yeah, you just knock him right out, and he just, like a bunch of broccoli, just flop onto the ground.
Some weird imagery, Grandma.
I realize, I think I grabbed that from Young Frankenstein.
Guys, this guy's a little nuts.
Yeah, he's nuts.
He's totally nuts. Anyway, I got the shit.
What is that?
I think it's...
Graham,
what is it? Do they know what body part it is?
Graham, it's in like a big test tube, right?
It's in, yeah, like a
I
giant
really want to tap on the
stasis
glass.
container.
I think it's like a dick or a spleen.
That's better than
I
what
don't
I
know.
wanted to literally just poke it. So you're you know.
I walk over and just start tapping on the glass.
Nothing happens.
It's dead.
Hey, Io.
It's in stasis.
Io,
But yeah, it's also disconnected from whatever life form it came from.
lick it.
So it is basically dead matter.
I'm not going to do that.
Lick it.
No.
Just lick it.
You do that. I'm not doing that.
Alright, so we got the unconscious guy. I guess we should take him with us. Should we take him with us? He's gonna die if we just leave him here.
Will
We
he?
could just lock him in the brig.
He's kind of been doing fine on his own for however long he's
Hey,
been
you
here.
know what? I think technically he counts as an extra biological sample, so
Whoa.
we could probably get 600
600 credits. That's
Sold.
a fine point.
credits for him.
I mean, we got the room.
Io proceeds to pick him up off of the ground and like throws him over her shoulder.
All right.
He is light.
Do you?
Io is
believe
also very
in
strong.
magic?
So it's like a
That's
sack
true,
of
too.
potatoes.
How the music can free
Like a fairly small sack of potatoes. So yeah, you guys bring him on board. So there are 3 rooms that you have not checked out if you want to, or you guys can just bail.
No, I'm gonna go back and look for other things of significance and download them and pick them up. Any literature I find, I'll collect into the wheelbarrow. I download any files I find.
Okay.
I go out to the graves for a minute and just kind of stand there, looking really bored, but like clearly listening. And then I leave, and like bring all the shit onto the ship.
Okay. So for the other rooms, you want to do a perception check.
Yes.
So Gales.
Gills. I got 1 success.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You sort of piece together. There were 2 crew rooms. One of them is just nobody's been in there for a while, but Adis has been sort of sleeping in one of the crew rooms. He's kind of piled a couple of the mattresses on top of each other and has just been like living there. It does kind of smell like BO. And he's been living off of the algae system in the corner of the room in the mess hall.
Yeah, all right. So I bring everything back onto the ship.
Yep.
And I say to Bo and Io, all right, so they've arranged a dead drop for this shit on Callisto, but I'm thinking based on how crazy that guy was and how dead everyone else was, maybe before I hand all this over, I want to contact my benefactor and maybe see if we can't figure out what these guys are planning to do with this stuff, because I do want to get paid, and I am all about the information, but I do not want to start the next great purge or whatever.
Again, there's another moment of clarity.
Bo is sitting at a table in the mess hall, shoving algae into his face because it tastes like orange sherbet. He's just like, hey, I mean, as long as I'm getting paid, you do whatever you want. I don't even need the second half. This stuff, this is, well, I would still like to get paid.
Don't be so quick, Bo.
Did you try this?
That sounds disgusting.
Do you not like orange?
Just enjoy it.
I will.
All right, so you're going to reach out to your benefactor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna lock up all that other shit, including what appears to be the thing in stasis.
Yep.
Just lock that up in our makeshift brig.
Okay. As well as the dude, or where are you putting him?
Can I, like, strap him down to a table in the med bay? He probably needs it.
Yeah.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
strap him to a table in the med bay.
Yep. And Pixel's casing kind of walks in and just starts, like, checking his vitals and whatnot. So yeah, you contact your benefactor, who just basically tells you that he doesn't have any more information, but that he can put you in contact with the person who arranged it. So, sorry, where are you making this call? Are you in your room, or are you in, like, the comms in the cockpit?
I'm probably in the cockpit.
Okay.
I wouldn't feel any specific need to, like,
Be private about it?
be private about it. I assume that my benefactor communicates with me, like, either, like, not without a picture and, mysteriously.
The voice
or
scrambler.
via text.
Yeah.
We communicate basically via, like, space aim.
Okay, so yeah, after a few minutes, you get a ping on your comms that are coming from Callisto. So you answer it because it's the dude you're waiting for. And the guy on the other end, he's sort of squat and, has a bushy beard. He just kind of goes, so it's you. You got my stuff?
Well, that doesn't make you trust you right away. I got maybe some stuff. But let me tell you something. I saw some shit makes me want to just eject this right into the vacuum of space where it's never going to bother anybody again. So good luck finding it if I do that. What the fuck are you planning on doing with this? I got a whole bunch of dead people. You told me you were sending me into some ruins. Ain't no fucking ruins. We found a crazy guy. I found a bunch of dead people. And there was a video of this rat that just turns into a hand slug and kills everybody.
He kind of looks surprised at this and just kind of goes, I mean, I was going to do some of my own research, medical research.
Are you with, like, a university?
No. I know I've got some doctors on my payroll.
You trying to make money?
I mean, trade guild, it's my religion. Literally, the trade guild's religion is making money.
Alright, I'll call you back. Slap. And I turn it off.
Yep, their religion is like an aggressive form of capitalism.
I kind of like, my eye like twitches, and I just I turn off. I just hang up on him. I'm like, I'll let you know. Click. One of my traits is that I have bad social skills, guys. Oh, actually, could I have made like a perception check on him to see if he's shady as fuck or if he's gonna be responsible with it?
Oh, yeah, go right ahead.
Oh, I got 2 Brooks.
Oh, nice. And I don't have any Brooks cards, so I couldn't up the difficulty anyway. But yeah, based on that, like, he seemed to be telling the truth about having medical research that he wanted to do with it, and about having doctor contacts. That all seemed truthful, but it did kind of seem like there was something he was not mentioning. There was something he was holding back.
Okay.
So as you guys are flying, Io, you switch on the news, and you hear the following breaking news bulletin. We have breaking news from the Malleus Imperium. Emperor Aureolus Marinius has fallen ill. The Nuntii de Malleus Imperium Service has issued a statement that the 80-year-old Emperor has contracted a terminal illness. Campus Martius's doctors and gene mods have thus far been able to repair the damage or to halt the disease's course, and are baffled by how the genetically modified leader could become ill in the first place. Nuntii also reports that the Emperor is in the process of transitioning his affairs and responsibilities to the Imperium Senate. As the Emperor never married and has no living family, the line of succession is unclear. It may fall on the Senate to choose a successor. Our political analyst says that naming a successor is a crucial but also delicate task, as the Emperor is generally credited with keeping the Mars's many city-states at peace. The wrong decision could plunge the planet into a civil war. Returning to our scheduled broadcast. In the stock market, ICE shares are up and uranium dust fell 4 points. The Uranian dollar remains steady against the Universal Credit, but the Kronos fell to the Triton Fund. So you guys have a few hours to kill. What are you all doing?
So, with the recent news report, Io is feeling a bit nervous and concerned. So, she's going to head to her bunk to compose a message to a contact that she has back home on Mars to kind of see what's going on and what information she can glean.
What does that message say?
So, it's really short and not so sweet, more straight to the point. But it's going to be from Kay. I heard the news. What's happening back home? Should I be concerned? And do you think it's maybe time to show my face? To B.
So you send that message off, and it goes to its intended recipient.
Yep, I'll send it through my back channels.
Cool.
To make sure, hopefully, that it gets to the right place.
Excellent. When you check your messages back in your bunk, you have a message from B, who responds. Things are tense, but not problematic. I think you are safe to stay where you are for now, but if family starts making noises, I will keep you posted. Attached is a really adorable picture of Angelo and the twins for you to enjoy. Signed, B.
Cool.
And that picture is really dang cute.
Would I do a response to this?
Yeah, I think you can respond to that.
Okay. I'm just going to do a quick response, again, from K to B. The photo is cute. I hope you've put the fear of God in them for me. I'm glad to hear things are okay for now. Please keep me updated, especially if you hear rumblings from the family.
So Bo's gonna be like in the brig wherever the specimen is, and he's just standing there with his arms crossed, like staring at it intently. And then yeah, he's gonna tap on the glass.
It is in stasis and it makes no response.
So
have you watched the video yet? Has Bo watched the video?
No.
Okay.
Is the thing it's contained in like vacuum sealed?
Yeah, it's basically like a canister with like a stasis generator around it.
Okay. So Bo like makes like a half-hearted attempt to open it, but like realizes that it's more trouble than it's worth. Yeah, and gives up and it's just like, you got secrets, and I want to know what they are. But I guess I'll find out later. And then he's like, he taps on his comms and he's like, so what was in that video? You said something weird about, like, a rat and a slug, and then they, like, had sex or something, and there was a black hand, and I may not be getting the full gist of it.
I wanted to talk to you guys about what we should do about this anyway, so if you want, you can come watch it for yourself. I've got it queued up.
Bo, have you went and watched the video?
Yes.
And you're creeped out by
I'm
it?
like, Jesus Christ, it's a good thing I didn't actually get that container open.
Wait, what do you mean that you did not get the container open, Bo?
I mean, you know, I'm a curious guy, and
It's obviously in that stasis chamber from hell for a reason.
Okay, but... okay,
Why?
I don't have a good reason,
Do you hate
okay?
all of us?
I was curious, and now I know, and look, everything worked out fine, okay?
Why don't you just go and have a nice bowl of your orange-flavored algae?
I think I'm tapped out on that. I ate like 5, and I gotta be honest, I feel a little sick to my stomach.
That's not surprising.
I need you guys to help me make this decision anyway, because this guy who's going to pay us wants the biological specimen.
Uh-huh.
For what reason?
He wants to experiment with it. Doesn't that sound great?
Not particularly, but do we know, is it for good or bad?
It's for money.
So, generally bad.
I mean...
I'm tempted to, like, give him the research and eject the specimen into space.
You know, that's exactly what I was thinking, too.
Do we know who he's working for?
He's working for himself. He's part of the trade guild. He looks like a frog.
What do we do...
A bearded frog.
What do we do with the doctor?
Oh. He can get some information out of the doctor.
That sounds suspiciously like torture.
He's a merchant, not a mercenary.
Yeah.
He would do it with, like, you know, steak and fine wine
But
and really obnoxious offers.
merchants have money, and they can hire some unsavory types. I mean, look at us.
Yeah, wait.
Alright, hold on. And I dial back the merchant.
He's kind of like, still exactly as you left him, just kind of like sitting there going like, oh, you're back.
Yeah. Hey, if I hand over this doctor to you, you gonna have him tortured?
Doctor?
Yeah, we found a survivor. You want him? You not want him? You gonna torture him? You can't have him if you're gonna torture him.
I'd probably sit him down to some steak and wine and maybe a pleasant doctor.
Alright, I'll call you back. I hang up. I don't know, that sound like bullshit to you guys? Can I roll it? Is that a bullshit check?
You can roll a is that bullshit check.
You already rolled one before, though, and you seemed pretty on the level.
No, he was hiding something
Oh,
from
was
me.
he? Shit. My memory's
Yeah.
terrible.
This is Brooks again, right?
Yep.
I got a strike.
Did you get any Brooks?
Yeah, as far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Alright, I call him back.
10 seconds after you hung up on him.
Before you say anything, he goes, I'm going to be having words with your benefactor about this.
That's awesome. He knows all about me. We've been working together a long time. Here's the thing. I think you're full of shit about something. Maybe you're not going to torture the doctor to death just to get information, which, by the way, I don't know if that would help you. He seems pretty nuts. I don't know a whole lot of crazy people, but he seems crazy.
Hey, Bo, isn't this a little, pot kettle?
It's a little on the nose,
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah, so what are you lying about to me? What's your big frib, Mr. Frog?
He kind of wrinkles.
It literally says on my character sheet. Let me read to you what it says on my character sheet. It says, socially inept. There's a reason you took to scouring the edges of the solar system for lost treasure. You do not know how to interact with people, and your penchant for social gaps has gotten you into trouble with some respectable people.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Hey, Bo, do you think we should eject her into space along with that specimen?
I might just eject myself.
That might
End
be
it
for the
all.
best.
Jesus.
He sort of frowns when you call him a frog, because he's not a huge fan of that. And he kind of goes, all right, you've heard the news, I assume.
No. Have I? What news? I look at Bo and Io. News?
Io, like, butts in and looks. Are you referring to the Emperor?
Yep. Smart lady over there.
I'm just someone who watches the news.
Yeah, I don't.
Fair enough.
I don't do that.
I'm just hoping if this thing does what I think it does, maybe we can help an old man out, get him back on his feet.
Is what you think it does turn rats into big black slugs that kill people?
No.
Well, then your conception is rather off.
Jane, just dial back a minute.
All right, we'll call you back.
Oh
Slap.
God, that's not what I meant, Jane. I didn't mean in the literal sense, Jane.
What do you mean?
But if he's intending to help the Emperor, this might be greater than we all realize.
So, well, this seems okay. So wait, let me get this. So either we give this specimen over to this guy and get paid, not an obscene, but a rude amount of money, and possibly start some kind of pandemic, or we eject it into space and possibly cause a war because the Emperor is dying.
That is correct.
All right, you got a quarter? You don't know what a quarter is.
I look at Jane confused, and then Bo even more confused.
Bo gets up and gets another bowl of algae.
No, you get back here, Bo. What are we gonna do? You're in this too. If we end the world, I want your fucking name in the history books right next to mine.
There's something called responsibility, and I want none of it.
Do we want an
Same.
intergalactic war on our hands?
To be fair, you make a lot of money in war.
But also, do we want an intergalactic, like, slug zombie
That
incident?
sounds fucking awesome.
All right, we'll give him the specimen then. Slap.
Wait, is she seriously taking my advice?
I think she might be, Bo.
Why, were you joking? Were you kidding?
Hargan Dane is just, like, he hasn't said anything, he's just, like,
Oh,
staring
fuck,
at the
he's
thing.
got a name!
Oh yeah, HD.
That's the
Yeah,
first
I
time
knew
you've
that.
said it.
That was mentioned before.
He said it before, yeah, and prior.
Oh, sorry. I heard HD. I didn't hear Hargan Dane. I wasn't listening. I apologize.
I don't remember if I actually named him. But yes, that is who you're speaking with, is Hargan Dane of the Trade Guild. He just kind of looks like... He doesn't say anything, he just kind of like looks at the camera like... Mm-hmm. Just a face that says, go on.
Alright, so I go,
Oh,
we'll give it to you.
Jesus, she's back to that.
Oh, no.
It was going so well for a little while.
He goes, alright, you know, we've got everything's worked
Wait, hold
out."
on a second. I turn it off. Is that what you guys really want to do? I should probably turn this way when I pretend to talk to you. Is that what you guys really want to do? Mike's on this side.
There's a couple golden rules I go by in life. Number 1,
All right.
don't talk religion. Number 2, don't talk politics. Number 3, no take backsies. So, I mean, you just said you were going to give it to him, and I feel like you got to go through with it.
You guys are also here, so if it starts a thing,
Listen,
you're the ones that didn't shoot me in the head to stop it.
Stop trying to pass the buck, alright?
This is how history works. You've got an AI, she's recording everything, they're gonna,
Oh, shit.
you know...
We are merely just a mode of transportation, Jane. But I think it's the right thing.
Alright.
He goes,
Hey!
don't you have a hold on that thing?
I'm not super great with technology. Listen, we'll give it to you. You want the doctor?
Yeah, I'll take the doctor.
I'm counting him as an extra biological specimen.
Fair enough.
Alright, I've also got some ashes. They count. Ashes used to be the slug. Death slug, you might want to stick it in a Ziploc baggie or something. I don't know how safe that shit is.
A space Ziploc bag.
Space Ziploc.
He goes, yeah, I'll take it all. Bring it.
All right.
I've got, I don't know, if you got a person, maybe you gotta come to my place. To my, it's a summer home.
Ooh.
What's wrong with the dead drop?
Well, you got a person. It's not exactly great for living human beings.
Oh, I see. You got a pool?
Yeah.
Sweet. Coordinates?
He transfers the coordinates.
Bye. I hang up. Alright.
Okay, so you guys are just flying off to Callisto, which is, he basically arranged it next to his house, the dead drop.
Convenience.
Bo is in his cabin's bathroom vomiting up copious amounts of
God.
algae.
Bright orange algae.
Yeah, just like, oh god. I did. Ooh.
On the plus side, it tastes about as good as when it went
I
in.
was just gonna say that. It burns a little more, but it tastes just as good.
God, ew.
Aya, what are you up to?
Io tries not to have a sense of morality in certain situations, but she's currently like pacing back and forth in her quarters, hoping that she made the right decision in encouraging Jane to turn over the specimen. Like, hoping that she didn't create some sort of, plague, and then hoping that it will help the Emperor.
Fair enough.
I'm writing a stern email. To my benefactor saying that I'm supposed to uncover history, not write it. You dick. Love, Jane.
Love Jane. So yeah, you guys arrive. You're shown in by one of the, space butlers at the Dane residence. And they, he sends some servants in to, collect all of the things, and they kind of shuffle them off and put them, deep within the bowels of the home. And you guys meet with Dane himself, who hands you the rest of your money. He transfers the rest of the money to your account while you guys are there. And he goes, you guys did some good work here, I gotta say. How do you feel about a race?
A what?
Racing. I'm hosting the Sedna Cup next week. You guys interested? We got a spot open.
You mean like we get to race? I get to drive. Well, I don't. I'm not trying to speak for everyone here, but I get to drive a fast vehicle. Very
you get to drive your own ship.
Oh.
It's a scheduled. It's like an annual event. The trade guild puts it on, and every year the prize is a gate pass, which gives you basically free travel throughout the system, throughout the gate network.
Ooh.
It usually takes about 2 weeks because you have to go from Mercury out to the furthest point in the system and back. Some people, enter and they basically just use the gate system to get there and back and do it much faster. But you're competing.
Is our ship particularly fast?
It's about sort of average speed.
How much is a gate pass normally?
They don't sell them.
Oh.
It's basically something only the trade guild can get.
Oh, okay.
Jane has her teddy bear.
And she's back to that.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Hey, Bo.
Yes.
Sidebar.
Uh-huh.
What are you thinking about this race?
I'm thinking it sounds cool. However, I'm also thinking our odds of winning are probably astronomically low. And that's saying something because we're in space.
But I mean, it's not like we have anything planned.
He overhears you and he just goes, I'll point two things out to you. One, I'm pretty sure you're not going to come in last because we got a team from Mercury that's sailing an old solar ship. They're probably going to be out there for a while.
Hippies.
2, betting.
Betting.
Oh yeah, everybody bets.
Can the racers bet?
Of course. everything is for sale, you know what I'm saying?
Also,
Is there a bookshelf in this room?
Yes. And it's actually got some,
I
like,
am-
old recreations of books.
I am over at the bookshelf, not even listening to the conversation.
also, who taught you manners? Should you be eavesdropping on her conversation anyway?
She clearly said the word sidebar.
And it did not include you, sir.
Sorry, just whatever, whatever you gotta do to make a deal.
I mean, we can double our profits, Bo.
Doubling is something that sounds beneficial.
And a gate pass would be nice.
We are not gonna win a gate pass,
But
though.
you don't know anything. I mean, come on.
Whoa, that was rude.
But you don't.
Alright.
One thing you probably
Sir.
heard from...
Excuse me.
We did
No,
not.
go ahead.
You've probably heard, too, like, it's a little dangerous, because, ship-to-ship combat isn't exactly part of the rules, but I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen.
Suddenly it sounds a lot more enticing.
It's almost like there's an omnipotent being that is encouraging us to
All
take
right.
this mission.
Okay,
I've also started writing this episode, so...
we have one more thing to consider. And he, Bo, points his thumb towards Jane, and he's like, what do we do about that one?
It's still not too late to eject her into space.
We could just leave it here.
I mean, she seems happy with all those books.
Mr. Dane!
He says, no, she's going with you.
Son of a
Ah,
bitch.
man. I mean, it was worth a shot.
True. We're being...
I come back and I'm like, is this a first edition Nancy Drew?
Yeah. I couldn't find the Hardy Boys. I was a little more interested in that, but Nancy Drew's great, too.
You just have this on your bookshelf? It's not in any kind of protective casing? You're a monster. And I walk back to the bookshelf.
Yes, Nancy Drew and the White Wolf of Icicle Creek. That's a good one.
Is that a real one?
It was actually a game. I don't know if it was a book.
Okay.
All right.
Should we ask her what she wants? I mean,
Hey, Jane.
Yo.
Join the sidebar over here. Not you, sir, Mr. Dane.
He sort of...
I walk over, still reading. Yeah?
I mean, now that we've...
no, hold on.
Oh.
Hey, what's your fucking
Yeah.
deal, lady?
Oh, boy. And you...
Me?
Yeah.
At this point, Hargan
I like
Dane
books.
just... He excuses himself and, leaves.
Yeah. Yeah, you run away. I like books.
Yeah, oh, okay. That was a little rude. I apologize. My next question will be phrased much more politely. What are you planning on doing now that this job is complete?
Well, I haven't gotten anything new from my benefactor. I have a couple of personal projects, but they mostly involve research I already have with me. So, I don't know, I was just gonna find some little moon to fuck off on where people didn't bug me. Why?
We could just... Okay, we're gonna sidebar this sidebar real quick.
This is getting far more complicated than it needs to be, Bo.
So,
Take it back to reading.
so
Sidebarception.
what do you think? Do we just take her? She's kind of like a lost puppy, and I know you're a cat person.
She does know navigation.
Why do I feel like I just suddenly remembered that myself?
Yeah, that that might come in handy with a race.
Yeah, but she's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of nice when we run into trouble because she unsettles everyone.
Yeah, everyone. You and I included.
You know, she saved you when you were knocked out back there.
I told you we don't talk about that.
That's why we're talking about it in the sidebar.
Okay. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Just do it.
So, Jane, would
Yo.
you
I have to stop saying yo. Can we cut that
Nope.
out? Yeah?
would you be opposed to, maybe tagging along with us? And I don't know if you heard Mr. Dane about the race, but we think your skills might come in handy.
Are you gonna go a lot of interesting places?
I don't see why not.
Awesome. I start reading again. Sounds great. Start reading.
Where did he go? Did he just leave us?
I think he thought we were about to start arguing.
Oh, yeah, that gets uncomfortable.
I go back to the bookcase. I put the book back because I finished it. I pick up another book and I start reading that.
He like sort of pokes his head in through the door. He's like, "Everything all right in here?"
Oh, yeah, we're fine.
We think we're gonna take you up on that offer.
Excellent, awesome. I'll just arrange things. So yeah, you got a week. I'll see you at Mercury.
Sounds good.
It's artificially raining on the Tritonian city of Motivation, where we find the man in the storm gray cloak leaving an unmarked building on a side street. He steps onto the brightly lit thoroughfare when one of the neon bright signs catches his eye. Surprise entry for the Sedna Cup announced. Moloch. Race next week. Place your bets. He stands for a moment watching the sign flash, then steps inside the bookmaker's shop. He silently reads the list of competitors and odds, then jots down a name and a number on a slip of note film and hands it to the waiting robo-clerk. A screen blinks on over the clerk to confirm his bet. 10,000 on the dread pirate Moloch.
Hey everyone, this is Mike. Just wanted to pop in and say a quick thank you for listening to our podcast. If you would be so kind to check us out on all of our social medias, we'd really appreciate it. You can find us at The Role Less Taken on both Facebook and Instagram. Role is spelled R-O-L-E. And you can also find us on Twitter at Role Less Taken. I also want to thank my friends in the band E57 for the use of their song Stroke, which is off their amazing album, Heavy Seas and Smashing Skies. You can find that on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Google, probably anywhere you can find music. And on behalf of the rest of my cast members, thanks for listening. See you next week.
And now you know who's eating at my soul. And now you know.
I'm figuring we're having like so.
What was that?
Is that a boat?
That whole sentence
It died.
It
It died somewhere between your tongue and your lips.
I imagine at this point Pixel has contacted the
What
local
the
authorities.
fuck? Was that?
What?
We're not
You
playing.
fired?
We're not playing with a lighter. I don't know.
Yes, you fucking are!
Anyways, back to the game.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I love how our descriptors for everything is just me putting space
Space.
in front of words.
Space Force?
we have to differentiate it. It's
Hey,
futuristic.
can I get
therefore
some
it is a
space coffee over here?
It's better than Earth coffee.
Well, yeah, it's dead Earth. I don't want to drink anything from there.
Although there are going to be like some space hipsters somewhere that are just like, no man, I got this like genetic strain of old Earth coffee. You got to
It's
try
pronounced Arabica.
You've probably never heard of it.
Colombia.
Duncan.
Oh, yeah.
it. Dunkin, it is called.
I found this old religion. They used to worship a goddess. I believe she was a mermaid of some sort. It's called Starbucks.
They still have Starbucks.
Yeah.
Space.
Survive.
Space Starbucks. It's just called Starbucks.
Space bucks.
No,
That just sounds like a currency. Never mind.
it really does.